So this past summer, Lane, Braden, and myself, we started planning out a fall 2023 deer camp hunt for the three of us. Of course, we live in different regions of the country. We're several hundred miles apart, so it's not the easiest thing for the three of us to get together and hunt all the time. So we did some planning and thought about, where would be the best location for us to go. We talked about going to PA. We discussed coming here to the south and hunting our rut here, maybe in December or January. But after talking about it with Lane and kind of brainstorming together, we thought that the best odds for our success would be to hunt the rut in November with our bows in Indiana. Lane, of course, he lives in Indiana. He has, really good knowledge of the area. He's hunted there his whole life, and there's a lot of public land close to where he hunts up there. So we planned the hunt for the middle of November. We were going to come in on a Sunday afternoon, and we were going to hunt Monday through Thursday and head home on Friday. Braden was flying in from PA on that Sunday afternoon. I was driving up from Mississippi. So we all arrived that Sunday afternoon. Lane and Braden were actually able to get out a little sooner before I arrived, and they were able to go out and do a little bit of scouting, just looking at a few places really quickly. And then I arrived that later on that night, and it was good just for the three of us to be able to catch up, and we were just really looking forward to what was going to happen that week. We had not had much time to scout, of course. We had just gotten there, so without knowing a whole lot about the area, prior to getting there, Lane had some knowledge about a few places, so he knew about this creek bottom that would be a good place for the three of us to go. And that creek bottom will come back into play later on in the week, but this was just a good spot that he knew about that kind of ran along some ag fields. It was a good spot for the three of us to spread out into one area. So we just spread out a few hundred yards apart from each other all along that creek bottom.
Morning one. Alright, it's the second morning here in Indiana. Alright, it's our second day in Indiana. This is afternoon sit. Well, it is evening 2 of Tecomate Life Deer Camp, and during lunch today we went out and scouted, and we found a mother load of rubs and scrapes and buck signs. So Chris and Braden are both set up in that block of woods this evening, and they'll probably hunt there again tomorrow morning. So I decided to sneak off again and go after Junior. I'm in a stand I call Scrape City, and I've got him in daylight in here twice on camera in the last week or so, and then a couple times at night. And last time I was in here at daylight, it was on an east wind, which is what we have today. So I figured I might as well slip in here and see if we can't get it done. Little Chef Chris, what we got going on over here?
Fresh turkey nuggets. Best thing in the world. Fresh from spring 2023 from Maryland, I think.
Northern Bird.
Northern Bird, yep.
It is the morning of November 15th, and the saga of Junior continues. I had him within 120 yards yesterday evening for over 2 hours, and he was locked up with a doe, and he would stay right there close to her. Then Spike came in, and he went over, stood his ground. I tried grunting, I snorted wheezed, and he growled back at me. And super cool encounter, but the closest he got was 40 yards, and I probably would have took that shot, but there was a licking branch that I tied down to make a scrape there that was right in the way, so I couldn't get a clear shot. But he broke away from that doe last night. I got pictures of him in some food plots last night, so in here this morning, hopefully he's on the move and comes to check out this little food plot here, see if there's any hot does in it. But this is morning 3 of Tecomate Life Deer Camp, and Chris and Braden are both set up in awesome spots this morning as well, so hopefully one of us can get it done today. Last morning here in Indiana. Our last afternoon here in Indiana. Man, we've had a good time. Haven't drawn any blood yet, but we're gonna give it all we got this afternoon. It's turned warm this afternoon, unfortunately, but we're in a good spot, and we've been all over bucks, just haven't gotten one in bow range yet, or at least the right one in bow range yet. So we're in a good spot, man. There's just rubs just shredded all throughout this creek bottom right here, so we're gonna give it one last effort this afternoon. Hopefully one comes by. Good buck coming right here. Meh. you believe that happened? Oh my goodness. I'm down to like my last minute of camera light here in Indiana. And this big deer came off the hill. I didn't have it on camera, but I saw him, and before I turned the camera on, I grunted at him twice. He came down the hill, crossed the creek, walked up here, hit a scrape, and walked up here 25 yards. And I got an arrow into him. And I don't know how big he is. I just know he's a big wide deer. Oh, man. Dude. Thank you, Lane. You are the man. He told us about this place. He lives up here, of course. And he knows all these areas. We've been hunting some public land. We've been doing all kind of stuff, moving around, trying to find a good spot. But he knew about this creek bottom right here. And we came in and looked at it the other day. We hunted it one morning. Braden hunted it a couple times. Seen some deer, but this whole area is just shredded with rubs. And we knew there was a big one in here. And I hope that's him. He's big enough for me, I know that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, I can't believe that happened. Awesome. I'm ready to go put my hands on him. I'm gonna get all this stuff out of the tree. And I'm gonna let Braden and Lane come over here and we'll do that recovery together, because that's just as much Lane's deer and Braden's deer as he is mine. Because we've been grinding this week, we've been trying to get it done. And hopefully they saw some good stuff this afternoon too. Man, it turned 70 degrees this afternoon. I didn't have high hopes for anything. Turkeys were going crazy, flying up in the trees right where he came from. And I know that kind of probably made him nervous. But man, when I grunted to him, he just turned on a dime, came down the hill, and walked right here. Yes, yes, yes. Whew.
I got the infrared going.
Oh, there we go.
So, I didn't bring my stand out. I just told these two jokers when they pulled up, didn't bring my stand out, even though it's the last day, because we got to go back in there anyway, because I got one down.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was pulling our leg. We were pranking Rob and Gerald earlier. I thought he was pulling our leg, but
No prank.
no prank. He's got a
No prank.
bloody arrow.
No prank.
Let's go get him.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he'll do.
Check that out.
Last day.
What do you think?
That's a nice buck right there.
Just a clean, wide 8-point. Dude, that was awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome that was. Came in here. Lane knows this place like the back of his hand. Like I said on camera, he lives up here, so thank you to him for putting us in here. We've hunted this place a couple times this week, and this is the last afternoon. Came in here, it was 70 degrees today. We didn't have high hopes for anything. Came in here, hung a lock on, and right at dark, man, I looked up, heard there were turkeys flying up everywhere, and through all that chaos and noise, I thought I heard a deer walking across the creek over there. Looked up, and he was walking a bench on the other side of the creek, on the side of the hill. And before I turned the camera on, I grunted at him twice. And he stopped, looked my way, and immediately turned, came down to the creek. I heard him hit the creek, I heard him hit the water. And he came to 25, he come across the creek, came to a scrape, pawed in the scrape a little bit, and then came to 25 yards. And I got lucky and got an arrow in him.
A good arrow, the way it sounds.
Yeah, he only went 15 or 20 yards and just tipped over on camera. So that's just luck is all that is. That's all I can describe. I'm just blessed is all I am.
Is he heavy?
Dragging out deer makes you realize how out of shape you are.
If you liked this episode and want to follow along on our hunts, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when we post and you can check out more of the Tecomate life.